Yes, I am retired professional triathlete TJ Tollakson, CEO of Dimond Bikes, and today we are going to examine, is microwaving food bad for your health? I had a friend tell me that he no longer uses a microwave to cook food because it's bad for his health and makes his food bad. I was puzzled by this because I was under the impression that was not the case, but I set out to do a little research, and I'm here to share that research with you right now.
Well then, by all means.
So let's start out with how a microwave works. Okay, so we're familiar with microwaves. Almost every household in the country has a microwave. I hear there's a growing trend of not owning a microwave, but I have one in my house. I have one in the Dimond van, and when we travel in the van, I use it to cook food. And not only that, I have one here at the office, and every day I cook a can of green beans in the microwave.
But I still need a bit of milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave.
So a microwave submits waves, okay, very similar to radio waves, except microwaves are a little bit shorter, but it uses those waves. These waves are remarkably selective. They primarily affect water, and microwaves cause these molecules to vibrate and quickly build up thermal heat through friction. Now, the one harm you could see from your microwave is in terms of burns, right? So just like you could get mega wealthy by spilling your own McDonald's coffee cup on your lap, you could also take your coffee cup out of the microwave, spill it on yourself, but no one's gonna pay you for it. You're just gonna burn yourself and feel really stupid. You should go without saying that what you put in the microwave, you're gonna take out, it's gonna be hot. Be careful. Microwaving food in plastic. Now, many people have heard that this is the biggest culprit, and I will tell you, this is probably the biggest reason to be concerned, right, is microwaving in plastic. So you probably read that you shouldn't put your baby's bottle in the microwave, and mostly that's due to not knowing what the temperature is of the liquid when it comes out. But I will also say that the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that you do not use plastic at all. They say avoid plastics as much as possible, especially avoid microwaving food and drinks in any plastic containers. Now, it's a little bit different because most plastic containers that we're using are microwave safe. And if it's a microwave safe container, that means it's been found to not leach plastic particles into the food. Okay, most plastic containers that are leaching, like leaking plastic into your food that you would then consume, are disposable plastic containers that were not meant to go in the microwave in the first place. One point here that I will make, because this was a question of mine, I microwave food in those vegetable steam bags a lot. So you've seen those bird's eye steamable bags, mixed vegetables, peas, whatever. They're super convenient, but you might be thinking, that's plastic, I'm putting it in the microwave. Is that plastic then getting into my peas that I'm going to eat? I looked into this, and the FDA has actually approved those plastic containers to use in the microwave, and so they're specifically designed not to leak or leach any plastic chemicals into the food that you're consuming. So yes, it's very safe to do so.
Approved!
The next big question is, this is a big argument for people who don't use microwaves. Microwaves ZAP Nutrition, right? They take all the good stuff out and leave you with nothing. Okay, well, that's just not true, right? So they've been said that, okay, in research as far back as the 1980s showed that microwave food has only slightly varied nutritional differences from stove-cooked food. Mostly, microwaves cause extra moisture loss, which makes your food drier, right? So if you over microwave something, it's gonna be dry, but that's really it. The big thing here is that the reverse might actually be true. Microwaves might actually stop some nutrient loss. Heating and cooking food can cause nutrients to break down. The longer something is heated, or the more water you use to heat something up, the more nutrients you will lose in the process. So microwaves have a very short cooking time, and so because of that, and they use very little water, so it actually has a higher nutrient content than a lot of other methods of cooking. So if we were to compare boiling a head of broccoli versus cooking that head of broccoli in a microwave, the microwave would be a shorter duration, use less water. It will have more nutrients than if you boiled it.
Food's a lot better. We used to boil everything.
Does microwave food cause cancer? Ionizing radiation like X-rays, like when you go get an X-ray at the doctor, can cause cancer. We've known this for a long time. And this is why it's really important to ask about microwaves, because it is a form of radiation. But remember I said earlier that microwaves are non-ionizing radiation. Okay, so that's low energy radiation. It doesn't have the same action. And so there are no risks of your microwave causing you cancer from the radiation. Further, while microwave foods absorbs radiation, so when you microwave a food, it absorbs the radiation, it isn't radioactive. So you don't need to handle it like Homer Simpson. Feel free to just eat the food out of the microwave.
Chow time!
Does microwaving create acrylamide in food? So acrylamide is a chemical that is produced, and it's got a really bad reputation for being harmful to your body, because when you cook a food at a high temperature, acrylamide can build up, and it usually happens in starchy foods like bread and potatoes when they're baked, fried, grilled, or toasted, especially when they're burnt. So French fries, crackers, cookies, baked potatoes, potato chips, cereals, these are foods that have a high source of acrylamide. Oh yeah, your coffee too. We talked about coffee, but coffee has a high degree of acrylamide as well. Some evidence shows that acrylamide might cause cancer. I'm not saying it causes cancer. Some says that it might. Microwaves in general don't produce acrylamide in foods, so you should be safe eating your food and not have that same risk of cancer with that. So the biggest conclusion that I can make out of this, right, is the cooking method that best retains nutrient is the one that cooks quickly and heats food the shortest amount of time and uses as little liquid as possible. Microwaving meets that criteria. So using the microwave with a small amount of water essentially steams the food from the inside out. So whether you microwave your vegetables, you boil them,
mash them, stick them in a stew.
that keeps more vitamins and minerals than other cooking methods, so it's healthy. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see more of it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I've got all kinds of great Ironman tips on training, nutrition, racing, amazing content. I would love for you to join me on this journey. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check it out every week.